I'm Briar.
And I'm Bella.
And today we're going to be doing a book review with Tessa and Riley. What is the name of the book you're reading?
One of Us is Lying.
And I'm reading The War That Saved My Life.
Can you please read the blurb to us?
Edda is a 10-year-old girl and has never left her one-room apartment. Her cruel mother is too humiliated by Edda's twisted foot to let her outside. So when her little brother Jamie is shipped out of London to escape war, Edda sneaks out to join him. Edda and Jamie are forced upon Susan Smith, a woman used to having only herself to care for. At Susan's home, Edda teaches herself to ride a pony, learns to read, and watches for German spies. Even when she begins to trust Susan, and Susan begins to love Edda and Jamie. But in the end, will their bond be enough to hold them together through the wartime? Or will Edda and her brother fall back into the hands of their mother?
5 students walk into detention. Only 4 leave alive. Yale hopeful Bronwyn has never publicly broken a rule. Sports star Cooper only knows what he's doing in the baseball diamond. Bad boy Nate is one misstep away from a life of crime. Prom queen Addie is holding together the cracks in her perfect life. And outsider Simon, creator of the gossip app at Bayview High, won't ever talk about any of them again. He dies 24 hours before he could post their deepest secrets online. Investigators conclude it's no accident. All of them are suspects. Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far you'll go to protect them.
Would you recommend this book to other students?
Yes, I think I'd recommend it to year 7 and up.
Yes, this is a very good book, and I'd probably recommend it to year 6 and 7 and 8.
Would you read another book from this author?
Yes, I actually have. There's the first book about this series, and it's pretty good, and yeah.
Yes, I would. I'm just looking forward to reading the next one. There's a whole series of them.
Thank you for letting us in.
Hi, I'm Vishvak.
Hi, I'm Alexander.
Hi, I'm Josh.
And today we have with us Mr Bietchef, who is taking over for Mrs Van Dort. How are you liking St George's?
It's been fantastic, thank you, Vishvak. I've really enjoyed my first, now this is my 3rd day here, and it's great to feel the energy of all the students and the keenness to learn.
Do you have any hobbies?
Do I have any hobbies? I enjoy stamp collecting, riding motorcycles. No, I'm just joking about stamp collecting. Riding motorcycles, that's about it at the moment.
Thank you.
What school did you teach at previously?
I've taught at Rutherford Intermediate, Arohunga. I've been based at Cullinane College and City College, and lately I've been working with older students, 16 through to 21-year-olds.
How long have you lived in Wanganui?
On and off for about 52 years.
Do you play any sports in particular in your own time?
I haven't really had time to play sports recently, but in my youth I played a bit of hockey, a bit of tennis, and probably several other sports. Played a bit of basketball as well.
Thanks, Wet.
Thank you for letting us interview you.
You're welcome.
Hello, and welcome back to Royal Blues News.
Today, Riley and I will be interviewing Mrs Judson, Danica, Alice and Lucas.
When does the Winter Reading Challenge start?
Well, it actually started on Monday. So our first day back at school, which was the 2nd of May. So anything that you read from Monday the 2nd of May up until the end of the school holidays in term 3 will go towards your Winter Reading Challenge badge.
We all know the Winter Reading Challenge is about reading as much as you can, but is there any other aspects people could strive towards?
Trying to get out of your comfort zone and reading different genres and pushing yourself as hard as you can.
Challenging yourself by reading different books.
The genre thing, but also if you're not a confident reader, it might be just, if you don't love reading, it just means you haven't found the right book. So.
Thank you, team. Great comments. Everyone can achieve the Winter Reading Challenge badge. It's about stretching yourself. It's not about being overwhelmed. And this whole team here and your English teacher and base class teacher will support every student. So if you think of yourself as a struggling reader or someone who really doesn't like reading, there are many ways that we can support you to stretch yourself. So getting together as a group, reading together in pairs, all of those will go towards it. If someone reads a book to you, and particularly if you then talk about that book, so someone reading to you, those books count towards the Winter Reading Challenge. And lots of different genres as well that you might not think of, like reading magazines, newspapers, listening to audio stories. So there are definitely many ways and modes that you can, it's really all about story, because reading is about the power of stories, and it's about finding the story that you connect to. So yes, it's achievable for everybody, and we really want to support you to achieve it.
Do you have any inspirational words for people who aren't the strongest readers or people who don't enjoy reading?
Okay. So maybe I answered some of that in the previous question. I would say, and it is a bit of a tough one because I have always loved reading. Like it's a whole nother story, but reading really did save my life. So if you really don't like reading, usually there's something behind that, and it's usually about feeling unsuccessful or a sense of failure or having negative experiences around reading. So our job as our head librarians and academic team are to find ways to bring you in to enjoy reading. So that's our job. So just watch this space over the next term or two for the things that we bring up and generate for you to help hook you in to reading. And remember, it's about stretching. So what is that, as Danica said, out of the comfort zone for you?
I would say keep going. I know I have not always loved reading, and at the when I was a little bit younger, I didn't understand. I would read it really fast and then not understand what it meant. So if you don't, just go over it again, just read the page again. It doesn't take up that much time. And yeah, go out of your comfort zone. Try all of the genres because you have 2 terms to explore as much as you want.
When you read, it will increase your vocabulary.
Just push your boundaries like everyone else has already said. Yeah, and just try something new. Maybe you just haven't found the right book yet.
How should people set their goals?
Wow, I'll try and be brief this time because the team of students are giving such amazing answers. Goals have been set in the previous years of page numbers per book for each year level. There is this is a general statement, so you will, with both your English teacher and base class teacher, decide on your goal. Okay, so again, it's a personal thing. There needs to be a challenge in there. And the guidelines that we will put out on the posters and information are just that, they're guidelines. But you will set your personal goal with your teacher.
Along with the help of your base class teacher, they'll be able to help you set your goal. But make sure it's not just what your friends read. Make sure it's something, it's yours. It's yours. And don't make it something, you can do in the first couple of weeks, but also make it realistic, don't make it 15,000 because most likely it won't happen, and then disappointment, but yeah.
People should set their goals by just thinking of themselves, not thinking of others.
What everyone else said, there's not much more to be said, but make it realistic. Think it must be a challenge for you, but it's not about other people. It's focusing on you and doing what you can achieve.
Inspire others by showing them one of your favourite books.
This is one of my favourite childhood books. It's called The Tiger Who Came to Tea, and the blurb says, "The doorbell rings just as Sophie and her mum are sitting down to tea. Who could it be? Who could it possibly be? What? They certainly weren't expecting to see a tiger at the door." So, yeah, it's probably for the younger kids, but it was a really good book when I was younger.
This is one of my all-time favourite books that I've read so many times. It's called Moonrise by Sarah Crossan. It's got a very wide range of vocabulary. Sorry, I said that kind of weird. In it, but it's kind of like every page is a poem. And yeah, it's not too dramatic, but it's realistic, and it felt relatable in some parts. So I really love this book.
One of my favourite books is The Invention of Hugo Cabaret. This book feel like it's for people that aren't very confident readers. It's kind of a graphic novel, but it also has it's got pages, like that. So yeah, if you're one of those people, I definitely recommend this book.
My favourite book is The Block, and it's the second book out of a 3-part series, and I'm reading it for the second time now, and it's really good, and I recommend it to years 7 and 8.
Thank you, Riley. Right, so favourite books, childhood year 1 book, The Hungry Lambs was one of my favourites. So my original one, even though it's set in lots of things I didn't know about. I think it's set in England, and favourite author in books now is Patricia Grace. She also wrote some of my childhood readers like Fuller Beans, and why I loved her is because when I read her book, she talks about getting pippies and tarakiki and things that I could relate to in my childhood. So love both of the books, 2 completely different kinds.
Thank you for watching, and we wish everyone success with the Winter Reading Challenge.